Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this will be the first video that I've ever posted on my channel. And I hope that you stick around to the very end because we're dedicating this first video to a part of our family that started this journey with us, but is no longer with us. And it would mean a whole lot to me and my wife if you like the video that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Without further ado, let's start the video. Hey, welcome to Pine Top Ridge. My name's Jeremy, and I want you to come and take a journey with us into our Barndominium Build. Hey guys, so for my first video, it's not going to be a whole lot into what I'm doing right this second. That'll get off into the second video. But as of right now, I bought this property a little over 2 years ago, I guess, and we've been working nonstop on it. And I'm telling you, it is an absolute mess. Can never get time to actually do what I need to do because of regular work, but I get to it where I can. So what I'm going to do is I've taken photos over the years, and I'm just going to put together just a big slideshow to kind of give you an idea of where we started to where we're at now, as far as the property goes, the house, kind of the whole 9 yards. So I hope that you just stay tuned, and I hope you like the video. So this is an aerial view of our property before we had started clearing. The only problem is there was no access all the way into the property, so we had to cut a pathway so we could eventually get machines down there to start clearing out the land. Once we finally got the path cleared down and got a machine in there, the land was so wet from a natural spring that we had to take and lay trees down so the excavator could crawl across so it wouldn't sink. Ended up cutting out a trench into the ground to let the water flow in hopes of the land just drying up so he could actually work because it was so wet. We would go out constantly and check and see how the progress was coming along, because it was bad. There was a whole lot of clearing that needed to be done, and it was just really hard because the ground was so wet. But once he finally made it to the point of being able to get to the top of a ridge, he was able to start digging dirt from the very top of the ridge, because my idea was to take care of the water solution with a pond. So whenever the water would come across the ground from the natural springs, you'd just fill up the pond, and we would install a drainage pipe that would allow it to flow out the other side of the driveway. Because the water that was coming out was just nonstop. It never stopped running. And this right here is where he had cleared out the very top of the ridge. He gathered up all the dirt to build the pond. And once it was finally built, this is what it looked like. That white pipe right there is the drainage pipe that we had put in for overflow. This is a view from the top of the ridge. That's me in the pond whenever I attached the top of the drainage pipe. This is the very top of the ridge. The area up on the top was done big enough that I could actually bring my camper up and turn it around without having to back up and go forward and all that. That way I would just be able to pull up the driveway, turn around, and park. This is my fence that I built right after we closed. This is what it looks like now. We brought in a lot of slag and pea gravel and all this to do the driveway, and it took a whole lot of gravel. This right here is where I started clearing out the other portion of the ridge. This is my wife driving the tractor, and we started stacking all the wood so we could burn it, because there was a lot of trees that we cut down. This was the day that we finally got power out there, and that was the first time that I was actually able to stay on the property, and we brought our camper out. And from that point, we just started working more and more, bringing in more rock. It's me and my brother-in-law spreading the slag that we brought in. This was the first night that my wife and I spent out on the property in our camper. And our biggest problem was all the rain, because this is the day that the Barndominium kit was delivered. This is where, we're unloading from the trailer. And from this point on, we were able to unload the trailer. We got everything situated and stacked and knew where we needed to go with it. This is the day that we actually started putting the post in the ground. I mean, we worked until midnight that night. And the sad part about it is once we got that last pole in the ground, it started raining like crazy, and it rained forever, it seemed like. But I finally was able to get my plumbing in the ground, and get some of the red iron up. Just a couple pictures of what it looked like before the roof started really going on. The trusses started going on. That's my dogs and the kid down at the bottom. This is whenever we started getting the trusses up in the air. Couple of views from up high. My wife took this picture. I would actually put her in the basket lift whenever we would connect the truss and send it up, and she would unhook the truss from the basket. I mean, it was a lot of work just to get to this point. And the house stayed looking just like this right here in this picture for quite some time because of all the rain. I was able to start putting the roof on. Buddy of mine come out and help me. He would stand the tent up and I would pull it up and I would screw it down. He definitely wasn't going to get up there because he's scared of heights. But what it looked like from the ground once I was done with the roof. And the scary part is I actually got stuck on the roof during the rain. I had to sit there until it stopped raining. This is whenever I was fixing some low spots on the pad, getting ready for concrete to come in. The day the concrete come in, it was kind of a cooler day, so it took a little longer than expected, but these guys that finished out the concrete were awesome. They did a great job. I actually did all the forming, and all they did was pour and finish out the concrete. Here is a picture of it when it was actually complete. They were just touching up a few spots here and there. But they, like I said, they did a really good job. I was really happy with their work. And after the concrete was finally cured and we were ready to start doing some more to the house, I went and picked up the wood and started framing. That's our bedroom, the master bedroom right there. So it's actually master bedroom and master bathroom area. So I got as much framing as I could done. My little brother come out and helped me as far as decking the second story. And here's the second story once it was finally decked. That's actually the front of the house. A lot of people think it's the side of the house, the way that I have it positioned, but it's actually the front. We actually use the side entrance of the house to come in and out. This would be the living room, kitchen area right here. And this is the actual side of the house that everybody thinks is the front. This day I finally got all my windows in. I probably did things a little backwards than what some people would do. But I did what I could. Because my biggest feat at this point was trying to get the tin up on the house. This is the day that we finally started putting the tin up around the house. And had some in-laws come over and help me out. They had a couple friends come over and help, but in all, we ended up getting 3 sides of the house done, and I ended up doing this side of the house right here by myself. My wife would give me a hand whenever I needed it, and then my brother-in-law come out and give me a hand as well. So there you have it, guys. That was the process. That's what it took from going from a property that wasn't accessible to accessing it, to clearing it and building our home. But I still have so much more that I want to show y'all, down to the point of us doing the work on the inside. I had the bright idea to do your old school timber framing, and that's where, you know, it's really big columns that are held together with wood pegs and all this, but that's going to be hopefully in some future videos. But most importantly, this was my first video to ever do, and we wanted to dedicate this video to, it was a portion of our family that's no longer with us. She's very special to us. And some people might be thinking it's crazy, but not us. But we want to dedicate it to our dog. Believe it or not, whenever we bought this property, we had purchased a mini Australian Shepherd, and this dog did absolutely everything with us. She went mud riding with us, you name it, she did it. We have a bunch of chickens, and she acted like those chickens were her chickens. She herded them around the yard, never herded them, just made sure that, you know, they were always safe. And on Mother's Day, we had let her out in the morning because she had just had a litter of puppies that week, and we let her out to go use the restroom in the morning, and whenever we went to bring her back in, she was nowhere around. So I went to look for her and couldn't find her, and I ventured off through the woods and found her. She had been attacked by a pack of coyotes because they had gotten one of our chickens, and I believe whenever we let her out, she heard the chicken, and she went off into the woods after it, and the coyotes got her as well. So this video is dedicated to our dog Patches. But guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.